All right, guys, welcome everyone. This is an update for our WifeCoin project. This has been far too long since we've had our last Zoom AMA and update. We've had a couple ones on our Telegram, but we need to get a little more serious here and get a good video one going, because we've got a lot of things. We've got a lot of things that we've been working on. And it's really exciting to be able to bring some of these to you guys. Some of them we're going to have a lot more information on for in the next couple of weeks, and this is going to give you a bit of an update on where we're at and where we're going. Because when it comes to business, and this is really what it is. This isn't just a cryptocurrency. Like, this isn't what WifeCoin is about. We are more than a crypto. We are a business, and that is what we're building here. We're building a corporation that is basically business first and crypto second, which also means that it doesn't take overnight to get everything done. And so if it feels like it's taking a long time, it's actually really just the reality of how you build a business and all the things that go together, especially when we have a big team. Our team as a whole is about 20 people large, which has been fantastic. And the group that we have is amazing. And we're still adding to it in terms of hiring developers, hiring other people to come in and help build out the projects that we have envisioned. And but we're going to talk about those a little bit more. So we're going to actually share some of that with you tonight. So one of the first things is one of the biggest, and we've already mentioned this before, but one of our biggest hurdles to moving beyond where we're at is incorporating our business. And it was interesting because I saw another crypto mention that they incorporated, and there were questions like, well, what does that do? I don't get it. Why does it matter? And it matters for a number of reasons. An incorporation means it opens a lot of doors and allows us to build a lot of components to, well, being able to operate as a business that we can't otherwise do. For instance, if we want to get on the Gate.io exchange, we need to have incorporation documents. But more so, if we want to get processor gateways such as PayPal or Stripe or any of those type of gateways, we need to be incorporated. And that's just a few of the things. Some of the projects, well, all of the projects, really, we need to have someone or something own them so that there's actually an ownership to the projects. And we don't want to do that as individuals, because it makes a lot more sense to do it as a corporate entity. And in that respect, the WifeCoin people, the community, you guys get to prosper from those projects, because now the revenue that comes in to WifeCoin can be essentially shared out like dividends of a security. So profits that we get, we can funnel it through back into the WifeCoin crypto and essentially infuse the value back into the cryptocurrency, which is one of the reasons why we've been saying that WifeCoin has so much value coming up. Because as that revenue starts flowing in, those of you that are still on board will start benefiting significantly from it. So that's one of the biggest things. The incorporation, I wish we were already at the point where we had all our documents in, but it's we are at the whim of lawyers having to certify all of our documents. And there are 6 of us that are having to do it. And there are some challenges with that as well. So I just got my documents back today, for instance. I think I still need one more document from one of my lawyers, but that's kind of how things are going. So I would love to be able to say we're going to get all of our documents in this week, but reality is it's probably going to be early next week that we're going to get that done. And then it's going to take about a week to go and finish that process. So that's where we're at with the incorporation component. of our business, of our corporation, and we're going from there. Let's talk about, well, I'm talking about projects. We're going to share with you one of the projects that we've just received all of the information back from the developers today in order for us to get started on it. And that is WifeTracker. So WifeTracker, we envision WifeTracker to basically fill the void that all of the charting systems out there are failing. And you have your PooCoin, you have your Dex.Guru, you have Bog.Finance, and all of them are very simple, but they are missing a lot of components that our group and also the community, that everyone that we talk to basically say, yeah, we wish there was, for instance, alerts. So if the chart changes and the price goes up or the price goes down, you could set an alert so that it notifies you when it happens. So that's just one of the examples of the type of components that we want to put in. And the thing is I don't want to share everything because, we don't want to give away all of our secrets and, let our competition take over and implement those. But basically, we have a number of systems in place that are going to basically not just add to the functionality, but bring a lot of these different websites out there rolled into one website. So there's lots of different places where you have to go to get information for a specific cryptocurrency. And we are building this so that you just have to go to one place. Go to one place where you can help determine whether a cryptocurrency is legit, a whole bunch of other components that will make basically the ultimate chart. And that's where WifeTracker is going. And we are going to be launching a campaign about it within the next month to start looking, basically give our community a voice in the project. And that will be, all the details are coming up. Will probably be in about a month that we'll launch that. WifeSwap, let's talk about that really briefly. Our developer Jan, he's been unfortunately really busy. He's had to go attend to some of his personal affairs for the last few weeks. He's coming back, and one of the things we need to do is we need to find him some help in terms of getting that built. So I'm in the process right now of hiring someone that should be done, doing first interviews this week, and next week I'll have someone hired that can actually help him get that finished off. So that'll be a big component to moving forward with WifeSwap, and that will basically allow us that won't include any of the staking or pools, but it will allow some of the basic components, such as basically just exchanging. And we're still working on the ability for you to buy BNB with your credit card or other stable coins. We also have our NFT projects going on. We are this week we shared with our larger team, with our moderators and our larger team, and they're quite excited with what we have going on. At first, well, here's the thing. One thing I will say is that it essentially gamifies NFTs in a way that there are a couple other cryptocurrencies that are doing it quite successfully, but it's a way of gamifying certain components that most other businesses do, but not necessarily successfully. And these other cryptos have done it successfully, and that is the direction we're heading. So I can't go into the details of it. We're still getting that scope of work completed and sort of verified for feasibility, but we've got a really solid foundation. We've already been speaking with a developer that can implement it. We've been talking with them for a couple of weeks. And but one of the big things that we have to do to get that step is his biggest hurdle to working with us is that we have dealt with a corporate lawyer to deal with all of the legal components. So I guess that brings me to the last component that I want to talk about at the moment is speaking with a lawyer or a law firm. And we actually have a meeting tomorrow with a lawyer that deals specifically in corporate law, that works with blockchains, and we'll be able to basically dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's to ensure that we're in a good legal standing with all of the wording, all of the phrases, basically everything it is about our company. And I'd be curious to know how many of these other Binance Smart Chain cryptos have actually engaged with the lawyer to ensure that they are on a good legal footing. I bet none of them are, with maybe the exception of some of the older ones like SafeMove. They might be the only one. I don't think there's a lot out there, but that's how serious we are about where we're going with WifeCoin. Is we want to make sure that we are doing everything properly. And unfortunately, that takes time, but that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward with a long-term viable company and corporation. And basically being part of WifeCoin gets you a place in the community and basically take advantage of the revenue and such that we'll be bringing in. I think from a corporate perspective, that completes everything. I want to kind of pass over the torch to Yaboda, also known as Judge. You guys will know him in the Telegram as Judge. He's been working with Michael Luzzi, which we're really excited about. What was the other thing I was going to get you to talk about? I'll start. You know what? Start with the contest, Yaboda. I think that's a good place to start.
How's everyone doing? My name is Yaboda. So a couple of things. We are definitely getting we just finished our first contest. So right now we're rolling into the second one. And what that's going to do is going to give is another chance for the coin to gain more exposure. So the one thing that we did not have, at least coming into it, was at least a larger scale of exposure towards the right crowds. Not saying the crowds that we started off with was wrong, but we didn't have the advantage of other coins in terms of what they start off with. So what we think that this coin or this next contest is going to do is going to give us the ability to get in front of more people, ultimately to get more eyes in the project, gain more interest, and more wallet holders. So that's always the goal, regardless of what coin that you're promoting or what coin you're a part of, is to get more holders. So we actually partnered with Michael Luzzi. He's our ambassador, and he has a large online presence when it comes to TikTok views or subscribers in social media. And the one thing that we not expect, but the one thing that we are trying to develop is someone who has a good following, and also someone who is engaged in what we're trying to accomplish. So Mike is in tune with the ideals that we have for the coin and where we're trying to get to. It's very bullish on that front. And we start off our new contest, which is going to be a WifeCoin funny video challenge. He's going to be the judge ultimately. And the whole purpose is to put more eyes to the project. So the goal is for you to make a funny video, make it WifeCoin related, obviously to make people not necessarily buy, but to be more engaged with the coin. And we're going to run that for 21 days. So it's going to start tomorrow, July 1st, I'm sorry. And it's going to go to July 21st. So hopefully we get some good feedback from that. The contest is going to have 3 prizes. The first prize is going to be $1,000 in WifeCoin. Second prize is going to be, or second place is going to be $500 in WifeCoin. And the third place is going to be $250 of WifeCoin. So even if you are not married, you just make a video with probably a friend or whomever, right? And just make it funny, So that's the first thing that we're going to do with him. Other things that we have in store is just more awareness. Ultimately, the more eyes that's in the project and the more things that you're doing to help boost your, I guess, quote unquote numbers, is to make sure that people can see what you're doing. So if we stay in one position, we're not going to really get to where we're trying to get. Because ultimately what we're developing in terms of our tracker, our utility, the use cases is there, but we just need the tokens to actually use what we're developing. So once they know that that exists, that's going to give us a better chance to be used by other tokens. So that's the update I have with Michael Luzzi. Shout out to him. We have a lot of great things in store for that. The other thing I want to talk about is that we were approached by a mystery coin that's actually starting their pre-sale tomorrow. The good thing about that is that they see promise in terms of what we're trying to accomplish with our tech, with our use case of our tracker. So if everything goes well, they'll be one of our first partners that we would ultimately have. They are opening about 3 whitelist opportunities. The details is in our chat. So if you join our chat at WifeCoin in Telegram, you'll be able to take part of it. But that is starting tomorrow. So time is very short when it comes to that. They have a large following thus far. So I really don't think that pre-sale is going to last too long. One of our members asked, well, how does that benefit WifeCoin? So what I would say, it'll benefit WifeCoin because ultimately what we're trying to do, we want to make sure that the right coins that have a larger audience or an engaged audience, not just people who are there for free money, but an actual engaged audience who understands crypto or wants to invest in crypto. That's going to give them opportunity to look at what we're doing. Because as our use case is developed and it's being used throughout the masses, that's ultimately going to create a bullish standpoint for us and ultimately to help our coin grow long term. So we hope that partnership works well. The details is not going to be announced yet because their coin has not been announced as yet. So we're going to keep that on the wraps. But they had reached out to us and we had a great conversation yesterday. So hopefully everything goes well there. But the team is working very hard in the background. Not just focusing on whatever happens with the chart. Things go up, things go down. Ultimately is what happens after it goes down. That determines how good your coin is. We definitely are focusing solely on our utility. We have a great mod team that's helping moderate the chats and keeping people engaged. We jump in there ever so often as well to do so. But having people like Mike on board and this potential partnership, it does show bullish signs or indicators for the future of our coin. People just believing in our project and things that we've been working on since day one. So that's the update I have for you guys in terms of our recent ambassador partnership and an upcoming partnership with another coin. Hopefully we get more in the future. Clinton, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you. That was fantastic. Yeah, I would
one sec, Clint.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should just explain what the benefit, like what whitelist actually is, but someone else would be better at explaining it.
I got you.
Sure.
So with the whitelist, so I'm sure a lot of people in the crypto space have seen how fast a launch can happen. So what the whitelist gives you is a guaranteed position in receiving the ground floor of whatever price that the coin is starting off at. So you don't have to be stuck on your computer wondering if the transaction is going to go through when you have 2, 3, 4,000 people trying to get in at the same time. So being whitelisted is just another word for saying you have a guaranteed spot based on how much they are allowing you to invest prior to the pre-sale being done. So you don't have to worry about jumping in or skipping dinner just to make sure you hit the pre-sale. So being whitelisted allows you to get into the ground floor. You have a guaranteed position. Funds is already allocated for you as long as you want it. If you don't take it, someone else will. So that's the benefit of being whitelisted. I know many times I try to get in pre-sales on personal matters and I failed, either because it happened in 2 seconds or a millisecond, or the transaction wasn't going through fast enough, or there was a gas fee issue. There's many things that would cause you not to get into a pre-sale. So anytime you have a project that has some sort of promise or you see good potential in it, it's always good to get in the ground floor. So they gave us 3 spots. So we definitely want to make that available for our community. They allow us to do so. So the future is bright with what we're doing here at WifeCoin. Clint?
Awesome. Yeah, super exciting. Super exciting. It's amazing that even though we have a small community, especially compared to a lot of these other cryptos that launch and somehow get thousands of people onto their Telegram groups, we've established some really good, a really good reputation and really good rapport with some amazing people out there in the crypto space. So we have been seen by the, I would say, the crypto community as a whole. Obviously, a lot of people are sitting by, and this is the time now where we're starting to build up. That if you want to hop in, this is a good chance to. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say to buy or sell. I think that's a legal component. But anyways, one of the questions that has come up is, has any of the teams sold? And the answer is no. No, the team hasn't sold. Nobody has sold from our team, from the main team. We know where this is going. We're in it for the long haul. We know we're going to succeed because it's not like we haven't built a business before. I've built a business. I've been in a business for myself for 9 years. I come from a family of business owners. Ever since I was a kid, my parents have owned businesses. So I've seen that business operation from the get-go. I have a degree in engineering, and one of the primary components of that is project management. They basically teach us to lead groups and lead projects, lead product development. JP, he has been, I don't know, JP, how long have you been running your business now?
Since I was 19 years old, I believe. I will say you did lie. We have sold. We've sold other coins to buy more way.
Busted. True. I have sold other. I have gotten out of other coins to get back to get into more.
What I've seen with a lot of these coins is as soon as say one sell becomes a trend, so we try to buy up those, turn it around, and know that we know where this is going. So I've sold many other coins, a lot of them. So nothing, just bought more. But yeah, I mean, I've been self-employed 20 years now, I believe.
20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, this is just a little blurb. Look at the market itself. The whole sentiment is down right now. We don't expect anything to go berserk at this time. It's just a hope. Confidence of what we're trying to build here. It wasn't built, let's say, almost built in one day. If you look at all those coins that shot up, instantly, 1,000%. Well, look at them now; they're all way down. We've held fairly strong. Our Telegram, our group has been super organic. Like, we're not faking. So you look at all those chats that got 5,000, 6,000. They're all bots. Like, we're genuine. People you see there are genuine. There's no smoke in here. So we just know where this is going. We have faith in where this is going. We see potential. So we've just been buying up more and more and more. We could watch other dogs. We haven't sold anything. So it's not our thing right now. You don't sell your own data. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, especially when you have confidence in it. So yeah, JP's been at it for 20 years with his own business, and Donut, who's not here, it's Darren. He's actually driving right now, but he's 15 years, and as I think some of you know, he's my brother, and so we've also been. He also grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. So we have successful businesses. We've been around for a long time, and we know what it takes to build these. We know all the hoops it takes to go through to build these. And as frustrating as it and slow as it is, we are moving through it at actually a decent pace, a pace that any business with some experience would be able to do. So I think that pretty much takes us up to speed on where we're at with the community, or sorry, where we're at with our projects, where we're at with our contest. I guess I probably should talk about the last contest. As a lot of you know, in the Telegram group, we've had basically the same question over and over and over again that we basically shut down. We no longer allow because it's always the same question. But basically, I know the question is going to be when is the last amount, the final winner is going to be announced? Because today, in a few hours, it'll be done, and we'll be fully moved on to the next contest. With that said, it's going to take some time to go through and vet all of the entries, and there have been a lot of bad entries and people that are scams, and I'd be lying if I didn't say we were frustrated at how that contest has turned out, with the amount of people that are trying to get in through just unethical means. I've run contests before very similar to this, and with a lot of success. I'm running it now with one of my own businesses, and it has been fantastic. But for some reason, just I guess the way this one ran, it just wasn't good. So we are still going to make sure that the people that have been legitimate and trying to find people and care about, I guess basically making sure that the winners, the people that do receive the awards, actually deserve the awards, because they aren't trying to get fake people in or fake referrals. But it is going to take some time. The gentleman that is running the giveaway has already assured us that several people in the leaderboard are going to be gone, because apparently Elon Musk has even registered with Elon Musk 2012 at gmail.com or something stupid like that. So if that's actually his email address, that'd be amazing. Look at that. Oh yeah, we have Elon Musk joining our contest.
I highly doubt
I highly doubt it too. But either way, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. I don't have a date because it's a very long, arduous process to get those final awards out. But you can probably bet it's going to be sometime next week. All right. And that's pretty much all I want to say about that contest. So for those of you that were legitimate and actually caring and trying to bring people on board into WifeCoin that actually care about being part of something that is amazing and long-term, I want you to know that we all appreciate all of your efforts, because it's people like you that are making those efforts that will make WifeCoin a success and something of substance moving forward. So want you guys to know that. Let's see.
And that's why I really think that this next contest will benefit, because one, it's video related, and two, people have to really put an honest effort if they want to see themselves on the screen, or their creativity come to life. So having something that's done behind the screen, yes, if anyone is in a position where US dollars is a lot in their currency, I understand that front, but it was just so many to the point where we was starting to get turned off by the whole situation. But we still stay true to what we said that we would give. That's not going to change. Just we're not going to give out any coins to people who cheat the system. That's just not going to happen. Ultimately, with this new contest, it's going to help you promote your own investment versus just putting it on your social media and not really caring about it. Anyone that's actually going to make a video, they're going to care about what they're putting out, and not just going to put out any BS, if you will. They're going to put some thought into it. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. It's not going to be a click of a button. So that's why we tailored. We intentionally tailored this contest to something more physical, because that will help the involvement of yourself promoting your own coin or trying to boost your own investment. So that's all I want to add on that, Clint.
Yeah, it'll boost the legitimacy. There's so many people jumping in the Telegram saying hi. It's just one of the processes of the context. So we'd rather have people win the money that have fake versus winning the money. It's just separate.
I've never seen so many $5 sales on any chart, like ever. It's so funny. But I understand, we don't know someone's situation, and I'm not here to talk about anyone's situation because we all have different things going on. But it just comes to a point where it was so abundant that we wanted to just move on from it, and then approach it differently. Be very tactful in the way that we would distribute funds, to the point where it's really hard to fake it. So I really think this contest starting tomorrow, July 1st to the 21st, is going to be more genuine. And I think the approach had a lot more thought to it versus the first contest. Nothing wrong with the first contest, just the contestants of that contest made it to what it was. That's all I got for that.
And I forget what I was going to say, but I think we're in good shape for that. The new contest, as you mentioned, is starting tomorrow. Oh, I remember. The beauty of this new contest is that it is going to be fun. We want it to be fun. We want people to have fun with it, to be creative, and to essentially let their imagination run wild in terms of what you can do, in terms of being, having fun with being a prank. Now, please don't hurt anyone with your pranks, but, make it fun. But this is the kind of thing that we can use to just get the word out about WifeCoin, even if it's not in a shilling way. We want it to be in a fun way, because that is how we started. We started with a fun theme, and at the end of the day, we still want to be related to being fun. And that's one of the reasons why we really like this contest, and we were really on board with it. And it was a perfect fit for Mike as well. So if you've watched any of his videos, him and his girlfriend have a lot of fun in pretty much all of the videos, and they're all sort of kind of pranks and just fun videos, right? So I think that covers our entire agenda. If anyone does have any questions, feel free to ask them. I don't see any in the Telegram. Hopefully it's just because you're all too excited to write your questions. But I think that pretty much covers it. With that said, we haven't had a chance for Brett. Do you have anything you want to add? Is there anything at all? Because hey, you almost never get a chance to be on these, so I think you should get a chance to talk now.
You haven't had much time to talk.
I know.
I don't really
Yeah,
have
put him
much
on
to
the
say.
spot.
He's covered pretty much everything. I mean, the only thing that I would say in terms of like back to the contest sellers of the $5. I know we don't know people's financial situations, and that $5 to me or to someone else is not much, and to someone else it's a lot. But I just wish that people would take the time to look at what Tom or altruistic alimony in the Telegram made with the picture of how much holding, you know, that $10. If you had that $10 and we went back to our all-time high, that $10 instantly becomes $100. You just made 10 times on something you were given. It's more, that was a message that I really would like to get across to people, because I think a lot of people come into coins and they look at, and I've got a lot of friends that I've helped get in, and instantly they look at all the zeros and they go, oh, good, zeros in a price. And then they go, oh, but Bitcoin's 70,000. And if Bitcoin goes up from 70,000 to 80,000, I make 10,000, but they don't look at market caps. And I think that's somewhere people, if you're early into crypto, especially, focus on a market cap and how that can go up. And you know, not just for WifeCoin, anything you're in, if you look at the market cap, that's where you see your potential. And WifeCoin is in a good position for especially new investors to have very good potential. Not financial advice. But that's pretty much all I had to say or wanted to get across.
Awesome. So actually, I remember what I was going to say before. There have been some people that said, "Oh, I didn't win. I'm sad." Don't forget, the contest isn't over, and there are still some people. There's still random entries. You know, it just, even if you entered, and if the only thing you did was enter, you have an entry and a chance to win still. So don't be sad yet. There's still a chance.
Right. The $10 aspect is over, but you still have an opportunity to win the random other prizes that's included with the contest. I think a lot of people was fixated on the $10, but there's other aspects of the contest that still has not been paid. And once everything has been scrubbed by our contest team, that would be released at a date that we are not going to define, because we didn't foresee so many delays with the initial scrubbing of the 3 airdrops that we did set out. I know I told everyone Friday, the first one went by smooth. Second one wasn't as smooth. The third one definitely wasn't that smooth. But the case is that as soon as it's sent to myself, I go ahead and send it out, because that's our obligation to our community. But yeah, we always going to have contests. That's something that the team has discussed prior to the coin even being launched. That way we can always keep the crowd or our community engaged, so that way they give them financial opportunities to go ahead and promote the coin that they already put in their hard-earned money into. So after this one, we already have another contest already lined up. So y'all just stay tuned.
Awesome. So one last thing, I think we'll shut it down here pretty quick. One last thing I want to mention is we are going to continue having these type of AMAs and videos, probably on a rotating weekly basis. So a voice one week, and then a video one like this update the week after. So something along those lines, but at the very least, at least once a month, we'll be doing these video ones, bringing you up to date on what's going on. If major significant announcements are to be had, we'll definitely be doing more of these. But yeah, it's been, 6 weeks, I think, since we did this one. We did our last AMA, and that's too long. We want to make sure that it's more regular, and we're doing that also with our mod team so that they're staying up to date. Communication is important, so you guys know what's going on, and you have a chance to speak with us on this kind of basis. So, other than that, unless anyone else has anything to add, I think we'll call it a night. So, everyone good to go?
You didn't put Thomas on.
That's true. Should we want to put Thomas on? I think we should put Thomas on. Our word wizard, our background creeper.
I saw him trying to reach for that camera.
No, I don't have anything to add. You guys are pretty thorough about everything, how the contest went, what we have coming up. Even Brett with the benefits of holding, the chart that I made that shows, the exponential growth per zero that we eat. Definitely.
I have a question for you, Tom.
Huh?
I have a question for you, Tom, and I know the crowd
Awesome.
wants to know. How did you become such a illustrated writer?
I I just got a great imagination, I guess. I've always liked writing. And as far as like creativity goes, that's just my natural flow, And I also have a thing for grammar. Like you'll find me looking at other websites or other posts, or like I made that Twitter post of the copy paste one. I'm like, man, you couldn't come up with anything on your own. I don't know. I've always been like hypercritical of other people's work, and as that being the case, like it's forced me to grow myself as a writer. But I don't know. It's just how I write.
Yeah, I just
Anything
wanted
else?
to no that I just want people to know, like Tom writes everything that we illustrate. If anything needs to be updated, like we definitely updated a white paper because that was something that was brought up to even me on my personal life that we feel that needed to be updated, and other things as well. But everything flows through Mr. Tom here, so he's the man when it comes to that. He got the juice, as I told him pretty much all day today.
Phrase. Yeah. So, and I'm involved in pretty much almost all the meetings that happen. So if if it's been written in a write-up style, it's accurate.
And Tom loves the fact that we're going to have a meeting with a lawyer tomorrow, so he has to rewrite the white paper again in a way that the lawyers will like.
Yeah, we got.
Hopefully, it won't be super boring.
Yeah, we gotta keep the theme and the character alive of our token without breaking any SEC style laws.
And we just so you guys know, to the best of our knowledge at this point, we aren't subject to SEC, even though we are essentially a security. But I mean, we're in Canada, like myself and JP and Darren, we're kind of like the basis for it. But our incorporation is outside of the US. I don't know how that's going to tie in yet. We will find that out tomorrow. But we still want to keep
play it safe.
Yeah, play it safe and make the authorities happy too. So one thing is for absolute certain. The restrictions and the laws on cryptocurrency aren't going to get easier moving forward. They're only going to get harder. So we're going to make sure that we stay ahead of that game. So, all right. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you to the rest of the team. Thank you to our community. Thank you to everyone. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you to our mod team. When I say our mod team, it's not just the moderators you see, but we also have people in the back end that are helping with various tasks. Thank you to everyone for your amazing dedication, contributions. I know it keeps me going, and I'm sure I can say the same for the rest of the team. Everyone's amazing dedication and effort has kept us going, even though our chart doesn't look so great. But we're moving forward. It's going to be awesome. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful evening or morning or wherever you're at, and we'll see you again soon.
Hey, guys.